That right there is the look on my face. That's me, minus the hair. But even then, I'm halfway there. Because he's halfway to the... Anyways, that was me trying to be funny. Doesn't always work. It should have been The Miz. Plain and simple. It's more than just wrestling. It's storytelling. Arguably, sometimes if you have amazing storytelling, you can have a mediocre wrestling match, and that will trump a phenomenal wrestling match that's got absolutely no story to it. And I feel like we've wasted some of his last opportunities with Dirty Dom. His heel run wasn't the greatest, but this wasn't his fault at all. So I'm going to explain in some well thought out thoughts, which is why there's the notepad. You don't want to know how long it took me to put this shit together. You want this video to be 5 minutes or 55 minutes? Exactly. So let's get into why Jey Uso and Gunther are weak choices. Well, it helps if my shit didn't disappear. There we go. Let me zoom that in to help with my astigmatism. We're just going to look at that. There's no emotional history with Cena, with Gunther and Jey Uso. Jey has never had a meaningful feud with Cena. Gunther has no personal storyline with him either. Cena's career has always revolved around emotional, character-driven rivalries. A final opponent should feel like a culmination, not a random matchup. And don't get it twisted. They do the thing where they put the balls in the wheel and they spin it, and they're drawing out all these random names. Great. Triple H never even reached out to Tony Khan to see if Edge could be used in the match. Even though I'm a WWE fanboy, don't forget, first and foremost, I'm a wrestling fan. So's Tony Khan. Regardless of what you may think of him, I have a feeling Tony Khan would have been okay with that more so than Triple H would have been. Jey Uso again and Gunther. They don't represent anything in Cena's career. Cena versus Jey doesn't symbolize anything about Cena's legacy. Cena versus Gunther is just a dream match with no narrative weight behind it. Cena's last match needs an opponent who reflects an era, a rivalry, or a personal challenge. They gain very little from beating Cena. Gunther is already pushed to the moon, and far beyond that. A win doesn't elevate him, and a loss actually hurts him. Jey is already in the middle of his own, bloodline arc thing going on with his brother and Roman Reigns. I still call it the bloodline. Cena plays no role in Jey's story advancement. Their styles don't naturally fit Cena either. Gunther's bruiser style isn't Cena's strongest match type. Jey's storytelling is tied to, I call it, like I said, the bloodline emotion, not Cena. Cena works best with charismatic talkers and character-heavy heels. Now, let's get into why The Miz makes sense as Cena's final opponent, even though that's not going to happen. There's a real history that fans already care about. WrestleMania 27, main event. They're talking Smack era chemistry. Multiple feuds across different years. It feels like an unfinished business in a natural way. The promos would be legendary. We've seen them before. Especially when Miz and Maurice were dressing up as John Cena and Nikki Bella and vice versa. It was money. Miz can literally verbally go toe-to-toe with Cena and hold his own. Miz can carry most of the build on the mic. Their chemistry has already been proven. They have the track record. Cena's final feud should be built on character, not just moves. Miz can win or lose without damage. He's got like one of the top losses in WWE history. 1348 matches or something crazy. If Miz wins, it makes sense because of their history. But if Miz loses, he doesn't lose momentum because his character is built to take losses. Unlike Gunther or Jey, there's no booking risk there. They represent the same era. Both are PG era pillars. Both transitioned into Hollywood. Both were top characters during the same boom period. Their careers mirror each other, which makes it feel like a perfect closure. Final nail in the coffin, why The Miz truly deserves Cena's last match. Being John Cena's final opponent actually means something for Miz's character in a way it doesn't for anybody else. Miz is the only guy who would turn that achievement into a long-term storytelling and elevate the moment instead of letting it fade. His entire gimmick is built around accomplishments, status, legacy, and bragging rights. He reminds you all the time that he's the Grand Slam, the most must-see WWE champion in history. Okay? Like, it just works. Retiring Cena becomes another massive achievement he can weaponize on the mic for years to come. Miz has earned that privilege through nearly 20 years of loyalty, reinvention, consistency, and doing everything WWE ever asked of him. It gives Cena's final match a lasting legacy because Miz would keep it alive in promos. No one else fits the emotional payoff, the history, the promo, chemistry, and the character impact as perfectly as Miz does. I'm not saying there aren't other worthy contenders on that list, but I'm going like with what we've been given. At this point, I would have been cool with... Let me think for a moment. See, this is what happens when I don't write shit down. What would have really been cool is Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder. They both advance. And then in the final, it's like either like Miz versus Zack Ryder or Miz versus like Dolph Ziggler. The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler could have worked really well. And then the Miz goes on to the grand finale so that I can avoid that look on my face that we've been staring at for a few minutes now. And that's all I have to say. Me making a video in a little under 7 minutes is unheard of. That's what happens when I have bullet points to read off of. Thumbs up as always if you liked said video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. I'm trying to make my decrepit ass a little wee bit more relevant in the search results, so they say, when people are looking shit up online. You didn't like the video? Go ahead. Go ahead. Give it a thumbs down. And I'll bend it in half and twist it. It's been a while since I've given anybody the Solo Sikoan spike. Remember, he's Samoan? Sikoa? Samoan? It's the Sikoan spike. Right where the sun don't shine. I need to go back on my meds. Anyhow, and if not, by the way, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. If I'm lucky, maybe I will see some of you. My camera's reversed. I always get the... Anyways. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Let me know down below for 2 reasons what you think of this whole situation. Who Cena's final opponent should be for 2 reasons. The first one, I'm legitimately curious to see how the IWC feels. The second reason, there's a bit of an ulterior motive. Every comment, every like, you can call me an egghead, anything. It actually helps promote the video. So instead of getting like 3 views on a video, I might get 9 or 10. I might break the double digits. You know what I'm saying? All right. Bye for now.